All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Valsa Williams. The headlines. Curfew lifted in Assam, broadband internet services restored. Campaigning gains momentum for fifth and final phase of assembly elections in Jharkhand, polling on Friday. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman assures that centre will not backtrack on the promise of GST compensations. Lieutenant General Manoj Mukund Naravane to be the next Army Chief. India to take on Thailand in Under-17 Women's Football Tournament in Mumbai today. The Assam government has completely lifted curfew in the state capital Guwahati. Authorities have also lifted day curfew from Dibrugarh. Broadband internet services have also been restored in the state from today. Earlier, talking to news persons in Guwahati, Assam Finance Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma said the situation in the state is returning to normal. The minister said a high-level inquiry will be set up to probe the recent violence in the state. Mr. Sarma said 136 cases have been registered in the state and 190 persons arrested for their alleged involvement in the violence during the protests. Mr. Sarma also said that a maximum of 5.42 lakh people may get citizenship in Assam through the new act. He said a section of people are spreading misinformation that crores of people will settle in the state. The minister said the Indo-Japan summit will be held in Guwahati and its date will be fixed later. Deputy General Manager of SBI in Guwahati, Narayan Chandrapal, said around 80% ATMs are functioning. He said all ATMs will start functioning normally within 2 to 3 days. The Assam government has said no tourist was harassed in the state during the protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act. Talking to AIR News, Tourism Director Dev Kumar Mishra said that all efforts have been made for the convenience of tourists by the department and other stakeholders. He said the situation is normal now and all tourists are welcome to visit the state.
We are getting frequent number of queries from many sites, from Delhi, from Bangalore, from Mumbai, regarding how is Assam and Northeast, whether it is safe. We can only say that Assam and Northeast is safe, and we are taking all measures so that tourists can feel free and they can feel secured and convenient to travel in any part of the state.
Minister of State for Home G. Kishan Reddy has said violence that erupted in the country against the newly enacted Citizenship Amendment Act was due to the venomous disinformation being spread by irresponsible members of opposition. He said political parties which were allegedly instigating violence in the national capital over the act should refrain from doing so and appealed to people to maintain peace. Mr. Reddy said Citizenship Amendment Act is for those facing religious persecution and is not against any race, region and religion of any Indian. He also said that damaging private and public property was totally wrong. Campaigning has reached its peak for the fifth and final phase of assembly elections in Jharkhand. 16 constituencies in Santhal Pargana area will go to polls in this phase on Friday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address an election rally at Bhognadi in Sahibganj district this afternoon. JMM, Jharkhand Vikas Morcha and AJSU leaders are also addressing public meetings to woo the voters for their party candidates. More from our correspondent.
Addressing election meeting at Jama, senior BJP leader and Chief Minister Raghuvar Das said people want development and only BJP will deliver it. On the other hand, state in charge of Jharkhand Congress, RPN Singh, alleged that BJP is responsible for unemployment and problems of farmers in the state. Seeking votes in favor of Grand Alliance, JMM Executive President Hemant Soren said if his alliance is voted to, paddy will be purchased from farmer at the rate of 2,700 rupees per quintal. AJSU Chief Sudesh Kumar Mehto and leaders of RJD and left parties are also addressing election meeting in favor of their party candidates. With KK Lal's report from Ranchi, Farhat Naz, AIR News.
The Allahabad High Court has annulled the election of Muhammad Abdullah Azam Khan, son of Samajwadi Party leader Azam Khan, to the Uttar Pradesh Assembly. The election was annulled on the ground that he was underage. Justice S.P. Kesarwani ruled that Abdullah Azam Khan was not qualified to contest as he was below 25 when he filed his nomination papers as the SP candidate from Suar constituency in 2017. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has assured states that the centre will not backtrack on the promise of GST compensations. Addressing the India Economic Conclave through video conferencing, Ms. Sitharaman said the delay in passing the money is due to slip in collections and the states have nothing to be embarrassed about. She attributed the dip in collections to a slip in GST filing due to natural calamities and also due to a slowdown in consumption. The minister said each state and the centre's revenue department will have to take a lot of efforts to improve GST collection.
I'm working with so many different states, each one of whom have taken a lot of effort in wanting to boost effort from their end to improve on the GST collections. So many of those efforts which the states themselves are doing, I really appreciate and put on record my sense of gratitude to them.
She, however, denied that the government is mulling a cut in the GST rates. The Enforcement Directorate has filed a charge sheet against Housing Development Infrastructure Limited, HDIL promoters Rakesh Vadhavan and Sarang Vadhavan in connection with the multi-crore Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank scam. The 7,000-page charge sheet was filed yesterday before Mumbai's special court set up under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. 12 people, including top officials of the PMC Bank and HDIL, have so far been arrested in connection with the scam. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Lieutenant General Manoj Mukund Naravane will be the next Army Chief. He is currently serving as Vice Chief of the Army. Lieutenant General Naravane will succeed General Bipin Rawat, who will retire on the 31st of this month. Before taking charge as Vice Chief in September this year, Lieutenant General Naravane was heading the Eastern Command of the Army. He has served in numerous command and staff appointments in peace, field and highly active counter-insurgency environments in Jammu and Kashmir and the Northeast. Lieutenant General Naravane has a distinguished military career of almost 4 decades. He was commissioned into the 7th Battalion, the Sikh Light Infantry Regiment, in June 1980. In yet another ceasefire violation, Pakistani troops resorted to unprovoked and indiscriminate firing in Kalel area of Rajouri district last night. They targeted forward Indian posts and civilian areas. A defense spokesperson said one army Jawan was martyred in the incident. Indian troops retaliated effectively to the Pakistani fire. Jammu and Kashmir administration has nominated 6 liaison officers in various states to redress the grievances of students studying outside the Union Territory and to ease their difficulties or distress. An official spokesperson said the step has been taken to ensure safety and welfare of the region's students pursuing higher education outside Jammu and Kashmir. He said the liaison officers are in constant touch with the local administration, college administrations and the state governments to reach out to the students of J&K. The students have been advised to use social media cautiously and refrain from any activity which can disturb peace and harmony. They have also been advised to not pay heed to rumours and contact the aforesaid liaison officers for assistance. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has asked mining industries not to compromise with the safety and health of their employees. Expressing concern for the employees working in the mines sector, he said it is the responsibility of the management to prioritize the health checkup and treatment of its workers. Mr. Naidu was addressing a gathering after distributing the National Award for Safety in the Mines sector in New Delhi yesterday. The Vice President said employees of this sector face many challenges related to health and safety. In such a situation, negligence with the employees is not acceptable under any circumstances.
Despite technological advances, mining operations are subject to safety and health hazards for workers such as inhalation of dust, inhalation of toxic fumes and gases, exposure to radiation, noise-reduced hearing, loss, heart stroke, exhaustion, etc. Added to these are accidents at mining sites such as roof collapse, inundation, explosions and fires.
Housing and Urban Affairs Secretary Durga Shankar Mishra has said that the historic decision to provide ownership rights in Delhi's unauthorized colonies will benefit 40 to 50 lakh people. Participating in the Public Speak program of News Services Division of All India Radio, Mr. Mishra said people will have to register and upload the required documents like General Power of Attorney, will, possession letter and agreement to sale for ownership rights. He said people can also dial a toll-free number 1-800-11-0332 for queries.
जो कानून अभी संसद ने पास किया और अभी राष्ट्रपति महोदय ने 12 तारीख को उसको अनुमोदन करके अभी नोटिफिकेशन हुआ, उसमें 3 बातें। एक तो पहली बात हमने बताया कि वो सूरज लैंप वाले केसेस को बाहर किया। दूसरी बात किया गया कि अगर कई बार खरीद फरोख्त हुआ है तो कानून ये कहता है कि जितने बार खरीद फरोख्त हुआ उतने बार आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन शुल्क भी देना पड़ेगा और स्टैंप शुल्क भी देना पड़ेगा। लेकिन इसमें एज वन टाइम एक्सेप्शन आपको ये किया गया कि नहीं, आपको जो लास्ट डॉक्यूमेंट है उसी पे ही मिलेगा, यानी जो अभी आप जो अपना कन्वेंस डीड या जो अथराइजेशन रिसीव करेंगे उस पर करेंगे।
Participating in the program, Delhi Development Authority Vice Chairman Tarun Kapoor said people have to register in the portal dda.org.in and have to create an account and upload the documents. Commissioner South Delhi Municipal Corporation Gyanesh Bharti also participated in the program. About 850 Indian peacekeepers serving in South Sudan have been awarded the prestigious UN Medal for their service and contribution to building peace in the conflict-affected nation and going above their duties to support local communities. In Manipur, a 3-day state-level Orange Festival began yesterday. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh inaugurated the festival at district headquarters at Tamenglong. A report.
The state government, under the sponsorship of North-Eastern Council, organized Orange Festival annually to promote the fruit and encourage its grower. This year, more than 300 orange stalls participate in the festival. As part of the festival, Orange Queen Contest, Orange Eating Competition, Tamenglong Got Talent, rock concert, cultural show, traditional games, seminar, etc. will be held. The festival will conclude tomorrow. This is JJ Thoksom from Imphal for AIR News.
India will take on Thailand in a must-win match of the Under-17 women's football tournament in Mumbai today. In the third and final league stage match, the hosts will need a victory to seal a place in the final against Sweden, which is slated for the 19th of this month. Both India and Thailand enter the match on the back of losses against Sweden. While India went down 0-3 in the tournament, opener Thailand lost 1-3 to Sweden. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Anuja Kumar.
Thank you, Valsa. As students protest across country, PM warns against vested interests is the headline in the Indian Express. Supreme Court takes serious note of rioting, destruction of public property, writes the Pioneer. Work on Sky High Ram Temple in 4 months, the Hindustan Times quotes Home Minister Amit Shah. RTI abuse led to fear among officials, norms needed to filter requests, the Hindu cites the CJI. Budget may rejig duties to boost local manufacturing, leads the Economic Times on another possible rejig of basic customs duties on select products. The Financial Express mentions the RBI chief indicating a scope to cut rates further. Government talking to 25 large corporates in bid to resolve problems, boost investment, reports the Times of India. And finally, severe cold in capital, temperature 10 degrees below normal, notes the Hindustan Times. Brace for chilly weather, cautions the Pioneer. And with that, it's back to you, Valsa.
Thank you, Anuja. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Curfew lifted in Assam, broadband internet services restored. Campaigning gains momentum for fifth and final phase of assembly elections in Jharkhand, polling on Friday. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman assures that centre will not backtrack on the promise of GST compensations. Lieutenant General Manoj Mukund Naravane to be the next Army Chief. And India to take on Thailand in Under-17 women's football tournament in Mumbai today. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.